First, thank you for your comment about the abused children, Ms. Mayor. This afternoon, my wife and I went over past the Chamber of Commerce office and dropped off a check. If we can do it, a lot of other people can too. So let's hope we get some help with that. Main thing is on the recurring and unresolved saga of the Washington, D.C. junket that was taken by Councilmember Fox back in October. On November the 1st, he made a statement which said many meetings were arranged at that time that we're going to follow up with here. So far, there's been no evidence of that. The traffic folks, Michelle and Wes spoke at a meeting a couple months ago, and their expertise was welcomed by the council. My understanding is that on this issue of this unresolved expense report, that is still under review, and there's still going to be a meeting on it. So I would say that if you want to have an expert show up, that should be me. I am the expert on this subject. I have made the public records requests and pulled the documents. I organized all the stuff chronologically. I checked the math and the dates. I called the hotel because there was a confusion on the hotel billing. I straightened that out, and I went and talked to management services. We got that all straightened out, so the hotel billing that was charged the city credit card is straight. I charted the Uber trips that were taken by Councilmember Fox around D.C. I organized the evidence. I filed a claim with the Riverside County DA's office. I wrote up a statement of facts. I presented it to the DA's office. I was interviewed by the DA's office. I have followed this consistently for 3 months, and by the way, tomorrow will be the beginning of month number 3 from when he got on the airplane in Washington, D.C. So if anybody is the expert in this matter, it is me. And if anybody's going to have a meeting, a further review of this matter, I should be in the meeting. And I think the meeting should be open, and it should be open to anybody else who wants to show up, and he can bring as many of his buddies as he wants, but I should be there. If I'm not the expert, then who is? And my only goal in all of this has been to try to save some money of the taxpayers. For example, I recalculated what this entire trip will cost if it's all allowed, and it comes to $3,709.07. There was an effort made to talk about perhaps closing down the senior center on Saturdays to save some money for the city. That amount of his trip would cover 67 Saturdays. 67 Saturdays for that trip that the city might end up getting stuck with. So all I'm trying to do is just save the town some money that should not have gone to pay for this sightseeing and bar hopping junket of his. And if you're wondering why it's a bar hopping junket, there was a photograph I presented that showed him and his wife and several other people from the city of Corona sitting around a table in a bar that I looked up, and it is the Benjamin Bar and Lounge inside the Trump Hotel in Washington, D.C. There was also an Uber receipt that showed him being picked up outside the bar and dropped off outside of an ATM. And I can tell you that when I was doing my bar hopping, that's what it looked like, bars and ATMs. So that's what it is. So I'm just putting this out, that if the meeting comes along and you're going to further review this thing, you should have somebody who has expertise in the subject matter and expertise in bar hopping. Thank you very much.